Hey guys, what I'd like to do for you all today is show you this contraption, this setup. This is my RX100 Mark VII, and as you can see, it's in this camera cage. And this camera cage allows me to attach microphones, LED lights, tripods, selfie sticks, anything really. This really does make it simple to connect the camera to a host of different accessories. So this is from a company called UURig, and this is a CRX100 Mark VII. So this normally retails at about £40, $40, but right now, for whatever reason, there is a 50% voucher. So I managed to pick this up for under £20. It is normally in stock in the USA as well, on Amazon USA, but for whatever reason, it's not in stock right now. But you can pick this up everywhere. You'll see this on eBay, on AliExpress, etc. So you can see what's going on here. I can now attach a microphone and I can still turn it on. And you can see that this mic doesn't even get caught in the shot. So the cold shoe position at the top is really good because it's been set up so that it doesn't get caught with the screen here. But there are a few sacrifices. So if I take off the microphone, you can see that you can get access to the microphone port, to the charging port. I'll get this off. So you can still get access to the mic port, charging port, HDMI port, etc. But it's a little bit harder to get to some ports. The power button, you can access it, not difficult, but obviously this part here, it's getting in the way a little bit. It does offer you a little bit of protection at the top there, not too much, but it does offer you a little bit of protection for drops. But you can still access the power button, so that's not a hassle. You can also access the zoom, but what I found is, you know, if you're using zoom a lot, you'll find your finger gets caught on the cage here a little bit. Again, if you're shooting video, this is a minor concern. So the battery is available as well. So the battery compartment and the memory card, you can still get full access. Now, it's easy to get the battery out. You know, just push the little battery part there and it'll pop out. Getting the memory card is a little bit more fidgety because you can't really, you know, you can get it, like you can see there. I just find it a little bit fidgety. But that's actually better than what it's like when the RX100 series is naked, because you can get access to anything. So there's a few sacrifices here as far as, you know, the cages around the buttons, etc. But it's a small price to pay. And I don't think it's a major issue because you can still flip up the screen, etc. And you can still get access to all ports. And it does add a little bit of weight. It does add a little bit of bulk, but this is a practical solution. So it works very, very easily. In the box, all you get is the cage and you get this Allen key. And if I turn this around, all you have to do is put it in here and you go anti-clockwise to open it up. You go clockwise to put it in. So go anti-clockwise and you can feel it loosen it up, and that's it. That's all you have to do. So what does this do? Well, it addresses a few issues with the RX100 series, certainly when recording video. Like I was talking about there, when you've got the camera connected naked to a tripod or, you know, a selfie stick or anything, you can't get access to the battery compartment. So whilst the memory card is a little bit fidgety to get into when it's in the cage, you still can get access, and you still can get access to the battery as well. So that's good. The other thing this addresses is practicality of using this. I mean, anyone who's owned an RX100 series will know what I'm talking about. This is a small, powerful, compact, sexy, petite camera, but it's like this when you're holding it. There's no natural grip. So Sony do sell a little grip here, and it does make it better, but this handle is significantly better than that grip. It just makes it so much easier to hold the camera. You feel more confident holding it. It just feels more secure, and I'm more confident walking around with the camera in the cage than I am naked. I feel more likely that I'm going to drop it when it's like this. So the handle is excellent, but the same Allen key, which hopefully you won't lose, but you can pick these up anywhere. But the same Allen key can be used to tighten it up, put it in the case, etc., put it in the cage, but it can also be used to remove this handle. So I can feel that loosening up, and I can remove that handle. So that handle can come off like that, and, you know, then you pull it off. I'm not going to do that just now because I don't need to. I'm going to be using it with the handle. But what I would say is that I would say most people will use this with the handle, but it can come off, and you will see that it will be more, there'll be more space there. So there will be certain shooting situations where that is necessary, and that's something that you want to do. Personally, I think this handle is absolutely fantastic, and it's one of the selling points of the cage. So, connections. You've got 3 cold shoe points, and you saw the one at the top there. So you've got one at the left and right as well. Now the one at the left, you can see it's got a natural barrier with the cage. It goes in that way. It's the same here with the handle. Obviously that would be missing if the handle was taken off. But yeah, natural barrier. But the one at the top is, it just kind of goes through like that. There's nothing holding the cold shoe mount in place. But it's not a hassle. You just have to make sure that you get it in position and then tighten it up. It's a little bit easier to put things in here because you just, throw it against it and then you tighten it up, but it's not a major issue. So the top part there, like that, very, very easy. As far as tripod connections go, you've got 1 3/8 connection. So this is what you'll see used in ball heads, tripod ball heads and different things. You'll see you can use like that. That will give you a stronger connection, I would say. It's a larger thread. I would have preferred that had been on the bottom or somewhere else. Maybe give me a little bit more options, but it's useful that it is there as well. There's the 3/8 connection, but there's 14 additional 1/4" tripod threads. So there's 4 at the left here. There's 4 at the top. You can see 2, 3, 4. And then there's 4 at the right. 2, and then another 2. There's also 2 at the base. So you can see there, 2 at the base. 3/8, 4, 4, and 4. Now, this part here next to where the Allen key goes, I initially thought that this one here was a tripod thread as well, and you could technically get something squeezed in there, and it does kind of fit, but I don't believe that's what it's for. I don't believe it's for anything really. It doesn't have a tripod thread connection, and I can't see what it's for. I did a little bit of research for it. I looked at some videos and I looked at some articles about it. I couldn't see anything that explained what that's for. There's nothing in the diagrams that say exactly what that's for. So I imagine it's just a design. It's just part of the design, I guess. But yeah, that is the cage. That is the cage naked, and that is what it looks like. I'll zoom down a little bit just so you can see a little bit better exactly what I'm showing you here. So again, like I was saying, this handle looks excellent, and the whole build is just solid. Like, you can't move it at all. It's absolutely solid. This is built to last. I suspect over time it might get a little bit scratched, and there is a risk, I guess, that you could scratch the camera as well if you were throwing this in there and not, paying attention. But it just looks fantastic. It looks fantastic, and it's practical. So I'll put it back in again just to show you how easy it is. What I've been doing is just holding the cage like that and then letting gravity do the rest. Once it's in, I turn it around and drop the Allen key. Once I've dropped the Allen key, I can tighten it up. So it's just a few turns and that's it. You don't really have to make it that tight, and then from there, it's absolutely solid. That isn't going anywhere. And you can see the way I'm holding this here, the grip here is absolutely fantastic. Okay, so that's the Rode Video Micro on my right, your left, and that is what it looks like. Now, this could be a good solution if you were connecting this to a tripod or a selfie stick or something like that. You could just hold it like that, and you've got it like that. But I think that in most situations, you would put the microphone at the top or at this side, because it does obviously block access to the handle there. So if you're running and gunning, if you're walking about with it, it's not really practical to put it there. I think most people would put a microphone at the top here, or if for any reason your microphone's getting in the way, you'd put it at the side, and that's where I would maybe put the wireless go. But there's a few different options there, and that's what I like about this, is that you do have lots of different options. You're not fixed to one position for the microphone, and you're not limited to the cold shoe points either. You can attach a microphone to any of these tripod thread connections here. So there's a lot of options. It's very, very easy to use as long as you don't lose the Allen key. And yeah, I really do like this. It just addresses a lot of issues I have with the RX100 as far as grip, as far as getting access to the battery, etc. Memory card's still a little bit difficult, but yes, you can pick this up for a lot of different kgs. This particular model is for the Sony RX100 Mark 6 or 7, which the name kind of gives away, but you can pick this up for many different cameras. And I think kgs perhaps do sometimes change your perception of a camera, certainly from a video recording point of view, because a lot of YouTubers are gravitating towards the ZV1, the ZV1, and I can see why, because it does have that cold shoe point. But this addresses some of those concerns, as far as you still get access to the microphone port in the cage, and you still get the cold shoe point, and yeah, it makes it bigger and bulkier, but it does make it practical. So maybe if you were looking at some other cameras and you thought, well, it doesn't have this or that, maybe a cage will change your perception. This certainly changed my perception of the Sony RX100 Mark VII. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you've got any questions, please do leave a comment below. But until next time, take care.